Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Brennan. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of the MIAA. I'm very excited to be here with Emma Watford from St. Mary's. Emma, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Emma Watford. I go to St. Mary's College. I'm a junior this year, and I'm studying psychology and neuroscience, and I'm on the volleyball team.
Describe your time in the MIAA and as a Division III student athlete.
One of the things I really like about the MIAA is that it's a very competitive conference, and every year, no matter the rankings that come out, you really can't think much of any team because every team is so competitive that even if they're ranked low or high, the match is still going to be a really great outcome, which definitely keeps you on your toes and forces you as a team and as an individual to play at the best of your ability, no matter who you are playing.
You competed with your team in Battle at the Point, so the MIAA NCAC crossover at a Cedar Point facility. What was that like? It's definitely, I'm sure, a unique experience to say you played at Cedar Point and then in this big crossover at that.
It was super fun. It was a lot like club, like when we were in high school, so it was cool to be in that environment again. And it's also really awesome to play a different conference because you get to see different players and different teams while also seeing players and teams that you know from your conference. So it was cool to watch other people's matches when we were off and to get a look at different teams that we wouldn't traditionally play. And it was awesome to be able to go to Cedar Point and have like a fun team day after as well.
What hobbies do you have outside of, playing volleyball and then obviously studying? I'm sure there's, not much free time between the two, but what do you like to do outside of that?
I'm local to St. Mary's. I live in Mishawaka, and St. Mary's is in South Bend, Notre Dame area. So I like to go home and spend time with like my two younger siblings a lot. They both play sports, so I really like to go to their sporting events when at all possible. So that would probably be the biggest thing that I do outside of school and volleyball.
Your coach mentioned that you were crowned the 4-H Pageant Queen this summer at the St. Joe County 4-H Fair. How long have you been competing in pageants, and how did that, come about? How did you first get involved?
This was actually only my second year competing. With COVID, they canceled the year before. But I got involved because a girl I played club with in high school competed for her county's competition, and she got to do a lot of cool things in her community. And I was like, oh, that'd be a really cool opportunity to work with my community a little bit more, something outside of like volleyball, because my whole life has pretty much been revolved around that. So I did a little research and found my county's competition, and I thought it'd just be something fun to try. And my second year, it ended up working out, and I won.
What's the preparation like for competing in a pageant?
The biggest thing is definitely you have a 1-minute speech, and it can be on any topic of your choosing. You really have to work on your speech, not only because you're presenting it in front of everybody, but you do have an interview portion with the judges individually, and they'll ask you a lot about what you're going to talk about in your speech. So it has to be more than just the script of what you're saying in 1 minute. You have to be able to go off of that and provide more information or explain why it's so important to you or why you thought this needs light shed on it, and that's why you presented it.
So you mentioned that your former club teammate, you saw what they're doing in their community and everything after competing in this pageant. So what does that look like for you? Like, do you have additional community involvement afterwards, or what are those duties after you have been crowned queen?
The week of fair, I got to work with some setup prior to me winning organizations. So I worked a lot with the foster care system, and we got to work with the kids that are involved in that. I also got to work with the Humane Society, and they kind of did like a donation thing where you could donate $1 or however much and sign their car, and then they would drive around like in parades and stuff like that. So those were two cool things I got to do during the fair. And then there are other things that I get to do here and there. Like I went back to my high school and gave a couple speeches to try to inform people of this cool opportunity. And then going forward, I have to compete for Miss Indiana State and see how that goes.
What is that?
It's in January of this year. They just announced the order that we go in. I'm second in the order, so.
Well, now that this is going to be out there, you will have the whole MIAA cheering you on for that.
Awesome. Can't wait.
So I like to close out each interview with like a fun random question. So here is yours. If you had to choose a favorite season, what would it be and why?
I would definitely choose fall for my favorite season. I love the weather. It's like comfy. You can wear big sweatshirts. That's my favorite. Also, we have volleyball, so that's a good plus. And I love watching football, so I'm a huge Packers fan, so I get really excited for the fall to watch them play.
Well, Emma, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me, and good luck to you and your team the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.